Yes, you may. I'll hit you with the hammers later.
Good, good, good. I hit dead. Well, last time it began with Tula, of course, keeping her word to Marcy by essentially making a chance for her to speak with Qatar, as well, need to come to a compromise, as they're in a bit of a tough spot, more so than usual right now, especially for Marcy, as she's grappling with a lot. As Tula, of course, went off to first talk to Qatar, reveal the truth about exactly how they met, and Tula's involved with that, and I'd say he didn't take it well. He seemed to lost hope, and Tula tried, but there's nothing she could really say that could make this sound better, essentially. As he agreed to the meeting, but seemed resigned to everything else. As Tula, feeling bad, but still hoping to find a way where he doesn't have to die, set up for Marcy to meet him. Marcy came to this meeting point by herself, of course, to come upon a hologram talking device, and Qatar aiming a gun at her head at a somewhat unknown distance as they had a bit of a conversation. Qatar wanting to hear what Marcy has to say and trying to see who's going to kill who. Marcy wanted to know exactly what his whole shtick was, what he was planning for, and how they can figure this all out. As well as the fact Marcy confessing a bit of, the reflection that was she's realizing her friends and family see her as, and maybe she's not really liking this, especially with this place, especially how it makes you different, made her different. She isn't sure she wants to be this type of person anymore. And though she did also advocate for Tula as well, it seems Qatar, understanding and hearing her out, decided to, I'm ready to die now, apparently, as he took off his suit and said essentially that he was willing to speak with Val. And Marcy sent that off to Tula, who, got over to let Val know. Val asked Tula a couple questions exactly why did no one seem to do anything for Qatar, this so-called Sith killer. Why was he not, taken out earlier or watched or what have you? And ultimately the answer was no one cared. No one seemed to really care that he was killing off apprentices. They were weak anyway, so what's the point? And no one seemed to consider him a threat because that's just the way it was here. And, apparently there's going to be a couple lessons going on as she had Tula assemble everyone else. Wes, with HK's, let's say HK's projects in the background that Wes is trying to figure out, but not really getting closer. And Maru coming upon that to have a conversation with, as well as Val, as we all went to go meet them. Marcy, of course, was with Qatar as they sat and talked. A bit of background he revealed about how he got here, as he asked questions about her own life in Typhon. Marcy and Will's, no longer with their parents anymore, and maybe one day wishing to see them again, as well as Qatar losing his mother after trying to save her, and apparently you'd never cross a hut, as well as his own home planet. Marcy didn't really know what it was, but later on found out it was a Narshada, I believe. God, I can't remember how to pronounce it. As the place he lived was very much a trash hole in all regards. Regardless, Marcy's bitterness against the Jedi was very much known, and Qatar's confusion about the Force was revealed, as it seemed that he's something about him. The Force doesn't exist. A very unknown and troubling development, as Marcy was completely confused about that. Regardless, we all met up, and a lesson began, as Val showed us exactly what's the difference between us and him, and what decisions we have to make. Telling Wes, mostly as well, that he has to choose between either saving his sister because she was given a mission to kill the Sith killer, and doing this may give the wrath of Brom, or killing him, ensuring his sister's achievements as well as her progression to becoming an apprentice. And Wes was angry, difficult decision to make. More so, especially with his sister putting down her saber and, seemingly prepared and ready to die for what she believed is right. And Wes, he didn't want to do it, reluctant, not necessarily that didn't want to do it, reluctant, taking his time. And Miru, seeing an opportunity, grabbed a lightsaber, and Tula, baffled by the whole thing, pulled her weapon out and pointed it at her friend, Miru, telling her not to move, demanding Val to explain what's going on, trying to understand what this was about. She seemed to realize that you don't have the opportunity to think about your decisions. You have to make a choice, and doing nothing is a choice as well. As it became obvious that it was just a ruse. She was testing them, and everyone, Tula walked away angry. Marcy seemed to understand Wes swallowed a bitter pill, and Maru seemed to be a bit ashamed as the answer she gave. Val just revealed that she still doesn't understand what she's trying to teach her. Regardless, Val told them all to leave, that she will speak to Qatar and come with a bit of a compromise. As that, well, that's what they did. Marcy went off to talk with Navith, revealing that she's trying to do a bit of a change, as well as the fact that Val has made a new friend, we'll say, with the Sith Killer. This one that Navith was helping her out with, as well as asking Navith exactly what this relationship is, as she realizes that she may in fact love her and wants to maybe pursue something more. And Navith seemed almost surprised that she does feel the same. And they seem to embrace each other, as hopefully that means things are going well. Especially, we all grapple with the news that it seems now Val has a new apprentice, which is going to be Marcy, as well as Tula meeting with Val later, because she made a request for a helmet, and Val bringing that in as they sat down and had a conversation about what happened last time, and Tula walking away. And Tula's answer was she understood what Val was saying, but what she was more upset about was the fact that what Val did actually hurt her feelings, and she was very surprised that she was angry and sad about that, and she was upset that she was upset, essentially grappling with the fact of attachments as both a Jedi and the fact that this environment doesn't really want to have that type of concept. And I believe as well Val tried to persuade Tula that attachments aren't a weakness, something not to fear, that you shouldn't just give up letting other people in, because that too will lead you to doom as well. And Tula seemed a bit unsure, but willing to hear Val out. She hasn't led her wrong so far, at the very least. Though things got a bit more awkward as there was a knock on Tula's door, and come to find out that, Darth Malgus and a few guards are here. Apparently here to arrest Val for a few suspicious questions. And Val seemed to be, of course, surprised and a bit angry about the whole thing, telling Tula she'll be back soon, but Malgus seemed to be very much aware that she will not be. As Tula watched as her master was taken away, a bit surprised and not prepared for what happened. And as well as the fact that letting everyone know what's going on in panic. As, Marcy got a text as well afterwards about Navith saying, do you love me now? And I think that's where it ended last time.
Yeah. Fine. HK.
So look at the NPC. So... Oh no, he's not there.
Show that to you. I wanted to do something, say something, I completely.
I'm sorry, Greg. You said something about hammers.
Grunt always thinks of hammers, though that doesn't narrow it down.
Listen, when everything else looks like a nail, of course he's thinking of hammers.
Grunt doesn't care if it's not a nail. He will hammer you anyway.
I need this board sawed in half. Get a hammer.
Yeah, will come back to me, I guess. So yeah, I think the last thing was literally the conversation Marcy had with Navith.
Yeah.
Would you still love me talk or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, I think closed off the. I don't think it was just a message. I don't think it was a call.
It was just a message. Yeah.
So yeah, how is everyone? What's everyone plan? What are you doing, Marcy?
Fuck, Marcy isn't going to send a message to the others. The message is simple. What should we meet up? What do we do?
I think at least Tula's a bit of panic here, but try not to freak out too bad. She agrees that we should meet and talk and figure what the hell's going on.
All right. I'll see you soon.
Should we let? Should we tell Qatar as well?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's involved in this.
Very well. Send out a message to him as well.
referring him.
Val has been taken. She has been taken to custody by Darth Malgus, apparently. Darth. We're trying to meet to figure out what the hell's going on, basically. Let him know.
Yeah, he would suggest you meet with him in the tunnels.
Okay.
That's might not know about them yet.
Yeah, let everyone know then, yeah.
All right. Let's not waste any time.
Yeah, I mean, you all make your way down. As you can see, he's already packing. He's like has like a backpack and the weapons. As he looks at all of you. And what happened? How?
I don't know exactly. We were in my room talking, and Darth Malgus knocked. Apparently, he was suspicion about her working with an agent. Don't know fully what that means, but she wasn't prepared for it, and they seem to be confident that they have her.
She doesn't seem like the sloppy type. I wonder what they got, or how much they know.
How is Marcy?
I'm gonna be honest. Marcy wears her emotions on her sleeve. It's pretty clear that there's something like bothering her. Yeah.
Marcy?
Everything okay?
Marcy's gonna say it. I went to Navitz after everything was done.
And
Mentioned the whole thing was just something rigged by Val. It's very clear that Marcy's like very upset with herself. Marcy's also just upset at general. Like OS, you could probably tell this as you've seen this a few times. Like she feels like her basically her trust was violated. She's actually like very upset right now.
Oh, Marcy, I'm
okay.
so sorry.
Well, if we just pack up and leave, any chance that she makes it out of this will be null and void. We'll look guilty as sin. And we don't know if she can hold out, so staying here might not be an option either. We could
Go now.
but
Like Qatar just cuts you off. We need to go
She
now.
planned. She planned to go to Narshada anyway, so.
She gave me access codes, and you just need to rush past any sort of blockade,
Okay.
dodge fighters, and just get the fuck out.
Alright. Plan was for us to leave anyways. I don't see any reason to stick around. Is HK with us?
What was that?
If not, he was busy doing things, important things.
Oh yeah.
What's his room?
Not.
Okay.
I will.
No!
What we can do is we can cause a distraction while we try to slip out.
Just shoot HK a message. Tell him that just shoot HK a message. Tell him that he can either pack up with us or we can stay here. It's his choice, really.
Actually, Qatar will cut in and say not exactly. Unless any of you know how to fully operate a ship, we need the droid.
Yeah. Right? Do you want them to send a message to us? Do you want
I will
someone else to do it?
send him a message. I will send him a message to meet up. Oh, we should probably talk to a person. So I'll send him a message to meet up real quick. It's an emergency, vital importance to the revolution.
Affirmative, as he'll. I'm not sure exactly where you want to meet up with him, but he'll will. So.
Is the secret tunnels fine with you guys?
Qatar cool with it. It's his secret tunnel.
Is Qatar cool with it? meeting us in the secret tunnel.
It's not gonna be secret for too long.
We are leaving anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Tell him to come here.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna take like 20-30 minutes, but he'll be here.
Oh Jesus! I wish I could. I wish there was a way we could tap into communications to see if our names come up at any point.
Very specific comment.
I don't know if I don't want. I don't really have a plan for that. I'll be honest. I was just kind of thinking aloud because I don't think I got that kind of skill.
Okay. All right. So when HK gets here, what's our plan? Are we going loud? Are we sneaking? What are we doing?
He may.
Qatar's gonna speak up and says, "We have access codes for one of the ships in the hangar. The problem is getting into that hangar. Now, I do have the optic camo gear, so I can sneak in and at least open the doors from the inside. It's up to you if you think you can sneak in or have to brute force your way."
I'm pretty comfortable sneaking in. What about the rest of you three?
I say we try, and if things go bad, we'll handle that as we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Eventually, HK will arrive. He looks at you. Wes. What has you so
Hey.
worried?
I will just save time. I will catch him up on current events. And we are hoping to leave.
Do you also? My brain's dying. So did Marcy tell you all about Navath or no? I think you.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
She did.
So
Yeah,
would
yeah.
you tell HK about that as well?
Mm,
You're hesitating.
No.
Roll me deception.
Yeah, like I said, I don't see why you wouldn't.
Yeah, why
Roll me
wouldn't we? Yeah.
deception.
I think it wouldn't be like any difficulty.
Difficult. Well, no, because
Okay, because it's I didn't think of it as like, I just didn't think to bring it up as more than actually lying.
well, it's he will ask like, how did this
Nope,
go
I
about?
just failed. I just
Holy
failed. I
shit.
just failed. Right, you don't even worry about it. Don't even roll. I just failed.
Well, he could also just not get successes.
You could get no advantage at all.
Yeah, just okay. Yeah.
Now, statistically,
Yeah.
That's it. I think.
you could just roll like nothing on every dice.
Yeah.
Nah. This sounds about right for how my day's going. Nah. Ah.
Rolled publicly again.
I mean, it was only one success, which means like if there was a chance here.
Nah. The universe does not appreciate. My day's just not been like that.
There's trust level decreasing. Less lying.
What?
Okay.
I'm not lying. Oh.
Okay. HK, it was fuck. I had a fucking life or death situation. And I told somebody that I loved something that I shouldn't. I fucked it. I fucked it, and now we gotta go.
Who did you tell?
Navith.
Ah. Did you tell him? I don't think he knows anything about her. I don't think you've told him anything.
We told her that she can get him weapons.
literally.
Like that's all he knows about her.
No, he literally all he knows is that she's a smuggler, and because
Yeah.
nothing else came up of her.
Like, the slaver.
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
It is surprising you thought that wasn't gonna be the outcome. Level of trust decreases further, but I will follow along.
Marcy just sort of says that fucking tone in Marcy's voice, and she says, "She told me that she loved me."
Put a hand on that
Organics
shoulder.
have a weird way of showing love. Then maybe I'm not understanding.
That's not that Namath. I don't. That's not how people show love. HK.
Atara's like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead. You figure out a way you can sneak in then.
Could cause a distraction.
Well,
Allow us
that's
to
on
slip
you,
through.
and he's like gone because like we're losing fucking time.
Yeah, Malk is on his way to kick our ass.
Hey, HK.
Yes.
Would you like to I'm thinking here, and I want to hear other people's opinions, but would you like to help strike a blow to tyranny?
I
Always.
see.
Well, you said you were working on helping your brother and equipping them, right?
Yes.
Could they cause enough chaos for us to slip through and help spread the glorious revolution?
Possibly.
Would you be willing to help us with that? I'm sure there's a reactor or something here that they would find vital to take care of immediately.
Oh god, I was like, oh, to say something. Oh god, that's just a
To
stupid plan.
the nuclear reactor.
He'll fucking roll. He'll say, if it was that easy to blow up the building, I would have done that a long time ago. Wes, intelligence level decreasing, adjusting, calibrating expectations. We'll figure out the distraction for you.
You say that, bro, best boy.
We love HK.
Did call
Fucking
you
truly.
stupid, like
No.
I motherfucker, I'm pitching ideas and I'm
yeah,
looking
it's
for
a
feedback.
dumb idea.
I'm leaving
It's
his ass here.
HK, hypothetically, what if you could hit the big I win button?
Yeah, I just you should
I
have
think it was
said
gonna blow up
so.
the building. Just
You
any
should
you
have
know what?
said so. It's the reactor's right there. You can just like
I'm a maintenance droid. He's doing maintenance on the
It's
big
like-
red overload button.
I'm sudden once we're in space, his ass is going into the
That-
fucking
that-
decompression
No.
chamber.
One
No,
of the
he's not.
big
He won't defend
plutonium
us.
fucking
I
storage.
can't. I like, man. Fuck me for having ideas while the rest of you fuckers stay silent. I guess. Jesus
Let me
Christ.
talk.
You don't
Let
get
me
brownie
talk.
points for dumb ideas, though.
How about you know? How about he just get spaced? How about that? That's my plan now.
I'll defend
I
HK
should've-
with my life.
You realize he's a droid. He doesn't need to breathe. So again, with the levels of trust decreasing.
I'm saying that in character. You think I'm going like I'm gonna kill you, HK? Please help us. Jesus Christ, I fucking hate him.
What if
Today's
Kushim
not the day to mess with me.
What if Kushim gave him the Force? Astromax can feel the Force. What if he can break the fourth wall?
Okay.
Now,
I'm gonna
now, listen.
face the droid. Okay, cool.
It's only Friday, Tick. There's still tomorrow. There's still Sunday. You can't be like this already.
I am.
Uh,
Only
It's
Friday.
it's been one of those days where just like progressively things just keep happening. And it's pissing me off.
well, I will be glad to be the pinnacle of your day.
I'm going to kill HK. I should have never made.
I will not let you. I'll defend him. We'll defend
Yes.
him.
Marcy will. Yes, Marcy will just say, "All right." He makes a distraction. We use that to sneak. If we get caught, Smossy will just like kind of like put the hand on the lightsaber. If we get caught, we handle it.
Yeah, hopefully we can. And if we have to handle it, hopefully we can find some gear along the way. But some of us are not prepared for that. But for now, yeah, that's the plan.
Of course, just there's a loot chest like on the way to the boss room.
Press all, loot to all. Grunt, I lose the Imperial Trooper armor.
Grunt, show me the loot list. The loot table.
HK will speak up and say, suggestion. I make distraction if and after you get caught.
Sure.
Let's see. Yeah.
You think that's the best? Yeah.
Blow up half the spaceport.
Also terrorism.
Yeah, honestly, that would. I think that would attract a lot more attention than 4 apprentices running away.
Yeah. You'll start rolling along as you're making your way through the tunnels, because yeah, no real time to pack unless you want to go back to your rooms. And...
Nope.
I assume we already have everything with us. We always carry it with us anyway.
Well, you lack.
Moxie.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, you have your clothes and your weapons, I guess.
Yeah, there's nothing more.
Well, luckily, Marcy has been an apprentice for literally less than 1 day. That's what she has.
Yeah.
My slicer kit's inside HK, so that's really all I need.
HK is your weapon. You just need to stop
HK is my
fighting it.
weapon.
Stop fighting it and let it help you.
Just respect them. Let the assassin droid be the assassin.
I'm trying. I just can't. You know what? Wes will just remain silent.
That will not protect you. I think we've established that being silent is not, in fact, a blanket protection. There is no escape. I guess you could mute me. That would be an escape.
You can mute yourself so you don't play the game.
No, that's a bigger move, power move. He just mutes me, so he never hears me.
You keep talking to the others.
Okay.
Grunt, roll my best stat. Is that what you're saying? Gotcha.
Hear you loud and clear. I succeeded. It says, sorry, I just. God, this game got so much easier.
This is the happy game tick, remember.
Well,
As
all right.
yeah, you all start heading through the tunnels before they kind of lead you, as you can see, the winding caverns, as they exit quite close to the spaceport itself. And from here on out, we'll need people to be stealth checks, difficulty 3.
Okay. all right. 2 fakes. All right. This is number 1. Rank 1. Here we go.
I'm gonna say you can always upgrade the roll with the light side. You have 2 light side points.
Now we only have 2 light side.
Who is the lowest? Who is the lowest?
I request 1 light side point. I have 2 dice.
All right. Who else? Who else?
I also only have 2, but
Yeah,
I will not be upgrading.
That's fine. I'll fuck it up. What was the difficulty there? 3? Okay.
3 dice.
Never doubt my ability to fuck it up.
Hey, look at that.
Oh my god. I guess I'll spend the light dice point, but damn.
You don't even need. You can. I don't know if it will.
I mean, he already said he would. It's bad form to not do it after you've seen the
Yeah,
other people already fail.
I don't want
I just,
to revert my XP spending and my light dice point. Now that I see everybody failed, so I'm gonna be fair at least.
Yes.
1 triumph. Oh my god.
Okay. Why are you sighing, Tick? What's the problem?
Nothing. I'm not sighing at you. So just mute my mic. I'm sorry.
I will take that personally though, because it makes me feel better. When I become aggressive back, like gives me like retroactive justification.
Zoe really is his
You yawn,
self-insert.
Tick. I thought you got caffeine.
Can't believe it. Is this bitch eating crackers?
Well, in any case, as I know what I should roll for HK as well. HK is not a stealthy, but like he's a droid, so they'll pay less attention. Gonna have a lower difficulty of fucking passing by.
Let's look at HK.
With one dice.
I believe you rolled 2 successes.
Kind of funny. No, everything.
Ah, fuck.
Unfortunately, HK was not designed for stealth in this body. The astromech kind of bumbling about.
HK stealth was a gun. I don't think. I don't know if HK really cares.
But yeah, as you, I'll say that probably Wes is gonna take the one. Seems natural. As yeah, you have to kind of get into the hangar port, the not the hangar port, the fucking spaceport itself. That's not gonna be an issue as the doors magically are left unlocked by your ally inside. But you still have to pass by the guards, as the cameras have been sort of on loop for now. And as you all make your way inside, there's a moment where you hear it as there's people there's some guards shouting after you, as these both spot both you and Marcy.
Gotcha.
And it's that the last thing you hear the shouting before one of the astromechs kind of zips in and just kind of fucking detonates.
Allahu
As you
Akbar.
all start, as you all the entire thing starts fucking like shaking, as the entire port is being sabotaged from the inside, as several explosions go off, collapsing certain areas. As you have at this point to just rush, there is no more stealth. As you exit into the hangar bay of the ship you will be taking from now on, and I'll post it in the chat.
I'm sure we
Is
could
it the
keep it
garbage
full on
truck
before you fucking drop it off.
It's beautiful.
Oh,
It's beautiful.
that's a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
does-
It's well, it's designed to be a transport ship, mostly. So it can
It
carry
still has a
multiple
gun?
people. Yes, it has some basic firepower.
It's something.
Don't ask me to stat it yet, but as you just rush at this point, Qatar opens like the doors, and as you all walk in, HK goes and connects with the ship's mainframe, as the doors this hangar open towards the outside, as you can like clearly tell that there is people going about, as the fire there's the fire that has started and is overtaking the entire building. As I don't think any of you have good what's it called?
Navigation. Yeah. Time to spend more XP. No, I was kidding.
Damn, Grunt. If only.
Yeah. I think I only have three. I only have three entirely, so that's not
I
gonna help.
Time to buy yellow dice and a yellow light. Just kidding.
I only have 3 also.
I have 2 dice.
I have two green dice, Grunt.
Problem is as Qatar has 4. Like 2 yellow and as he will sit down, as with the help of HK, the ship starts like taking off. But as you ascend, you'll kind of strap down. You realize there's fighters on your tail, and he'll say, "Well, if Zar could manage it, maybe we can as well."
Are there? I see there's a front gun. Is there any rear defenses?
No, this thing is not meant for fighting. Let me double check some stuff for it.
I don't need the stats. I just need to know if it has anything, shields or weapons or anything.
Nick, I said, give me a moment. I'm not looking. I don't have stats for it, but I can research. I can like research, like search it on fucking. Google. See what kind of things it will have. Ah, there we go. Assault shuttle. What the fuck does it have? It has some missile launchers and the laser cannons. So if you want to, there is a gunnery roll. If you wanna give me that. I'll say probably difficulty. There is. Target silhouette. Yeah, so it would be a difficulty 3. So yeah, if you want, Wes, you can jump into the gun ports, or at least the missile launchers. It's not like there's not that many ammunition on board, but there's enough to at least help you for this fight. So, roll me a gunnery roll with I think it's gunnery. That's what.
Yeah, gunnery. I think. Yeah.
I'd imagine. Yeah.
So yeah.
For success. No. You have a yellow die? Damn. And gunnery, what the fuck, tick?
Meant for a gun this entire time.
Sick. Did you upgrade it right now?
Sorry, I didn't realize my mic was slightly unplugged. I said I was going to use a light side point.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
But I was about to say, why the fuck you had the yellow die in gunnery?
Listen, you shoot several of the missiles, and while you don't hit any of the fighters on your tail, at least you sort of distract them enough so that they're off kilter. So it will give Qatar a boost die when he rolls now. Piloting.
It'd be really funny.
One.
It'd be really funny.
That's no.
It'd be really funny though.
Zaz, shut up.
You have so much dock die. You have so much dock die, Grunt.
Zaz, what are you doing? We're finally getting off this fucking planet.
You have so much. Don't let him leave, Grunt. Don't let him leave.
You make a good point, Zaz. You make a good point.
Don't let him leave.
Zaz. Why?
It's my nature. I am the scorpion. I am stabbing the frog right now.
No, you see, Zaz is the competent scorpion. I'm the incompetent scorpion. I stab myself.
Yeah,
Cry. You have...
doesn't have the enhance for piloting. Oh.
Of course. Why would he have that? This campaign's not going to have a piloting role. Why would he have that, Grunt?
If only someone was brave enough to pick the stock.
If only
I was laughed out of the room. I was laughed at the fun resource shit all over again.
If only-
And look at that, because
I was threatened with sanctions.
If we don't make it, tickets, your lack of fortitude. You should have stuck with what you wanted.
I was threatened with sanctions. My country, Zaz, my country was on its knees.
Grunt always Grunt plays the meta game.
I was betrayed.
Grunt plays the meta game. Never trust Grunt.
Wow.
What the fuck is this?
This
Well,
means
at
you
least you got
don't
triumphed.
die. You don't crash and burn. This is what it means.
Can say one
Yeah.
triumph.
It
One
is
triumph's
one
pretty good.
triumph. It is it so yeah. As you bull rush, you manage to avoid some of the ships that are after you as you sort of break into low orbit as some of the planetary defenses start fucking firing at you as tries to pilot the ship and maneuver it, but as the missiles hit and kind of break through the shields, the ship takes severe damage. As you know what, it's time for let's see the astrogation roll, the HK masterclass, the big brain. But because the ship is
No.
fucked, I will also give it 5 difficulty. And the
You have
setback
so many
dice.
dark die. You have so many dark die.
Yes, please.
It's a failure. What the fuck?
Now let me just look at the map. Because you will
See, I'm
make
doing
us...
this because if this fails, Grunt's gonna have to find somewhere else for us to go, and he's gonna be put on the fucking spot. It would be very funny.
No. We're just stuck here, Zaz. You don't understand.
Yeah, I wonder,
No, that's what the first roll was for.
wonder where you could end up. That would be just so fucking inconvenient. I need to just Google it a bit.
No. Oh,
Oh.
God, we're gonna fucking smoke. No.
Sorry. I thought we were just falling into, but no, we just fucking we hyperspaced on the planet.
If I see one of those fuckers, I'm leaving the game.
This is the monkey paw. This is what you made. This is
I
what
was gonna say that you kind of put
you
yourself
did this
here.
to yourself. You did this to yourself, Dad. Dad, you're not the scorpion who doesn't things the frog.
We're going to Tatooine, motherfuckers.
You
We're
also
going to
sting yourself.
You played
No,
yourself.
do you think Tatooine's where the smokes live? No.
I don't know where the sorts are. This is what I don't know.
Well, where do you think the smokes live?
They're very
I don't know
close
where
by.
those-
Give you a
I don't know
fucking
what
hint. I'll give you a
Can you
hint.
show me a picture of these things so I know what the fuck you're talking about?
Do the honors, ask. It's gonna take me a bit to set up the new map.
I don't think he knows. Or if we know
That's-
that it's
You're
wrong.
saying words, and I'm asking for results, and all I'm hearing is the talk about the hype, and I'm not really seeing a picture here.
You should
Okay.
just trust us.
So
Fuck that.
these guys, I'm gonna give you the link. They are called the Smokes.
Could be worse. We could end up at Tatooine. Not Tatooine.
No, because
No.
Tatooine's too far away. It has to be somewhere nearby. It's
Oh
fine.
my god! I know these things.
Yes. So,
Are we dead, guys, or maroon?
As,
No, I
We're
really.
gonna wish we were dead.
Oh, okay.
as like through this entire fucking commotion, as Qatar just shouts to HK to just get us out of here, doesn't even have time to properly calculate and chart the course. As even though the hyperdrive's fucking damaged, the ship is currently on fire and barely holding itself together, and you just fucking jump.
I do have one request, Grunt.
Yes.
Before we make that jump, could Marcy send a message to Navith?
Sure.
The last message she sent was, "Do you still love me?" And Marcy's gonna respond, "I do, and I'm sorry." But yeah, that's it.
Note
That's
this
all.
down. So, yeah. And as you jump into into hyperspace, there's a moment where Qatar just kind of fucking leans back in the chair and just kind of sighs. As there's like smoke and hear zapping noises in the background as he just kind of sort of starts tapping, as starts sectioning off pieces of the like portions of the spaceship, just kind of snuff out the flames. Okay.
That would
I
happen.
guess he'll get out of the, whatever he was in. Katara, what's the damage looking like?
He kind of like gestures for a screen above him, as it kind of like shows you the different areas and systems of the ship. It's all like red and yellow.
Can't believe it. It's all crimson and all a gold.
We're lucky to still be in one piece. I don't even know if this thing will properly land.
Do we have any idea where we're
Dude.
going?
He looks back at HK. Says, well, I tried to put in a course, but the ship was severely damaged, so somewhere nearby, my best guess.
All right. Let's hope we survive the happy landing, and then we'll go from there.
Qatar just says, well, I'm sure they won't ask questions in Drummond Cass when we crash land an Imperial spaceship.
Or going to Dorman Cast.
He shrugs.
Marcy's gonna shrug. I mean, we won't be the first to do it in a month.
It's even worse.
Yeah, I know. I'm levity. I'm trying to add in some levity.
Out of character, remind me, which one is Drummond Cass?
The Imperial
That's the-
capital.
The capital.
But also-
The Imperial capital.
For some reason, it just wasn't. I was like pretty sure, but I also didn't want to just assume.
The fucking Imperial Star Destroyer captain.
As
Man, this won't
Qatar
happen again.
speaks. Well, I assume that's where we're gonna drift off, because that's one of the biggest hyperspace lane.
Mm,
God.
Unless we're traveling the other way, and then God knows where we end up.
I think I'd rather pick the God knows where would we end up, but until then, right now, let's see what we can salvage and then get ready to bug out as soon as we hit there.
He'll nod as he'll kind of say, well, we'll need to fix this, otherwise we might just die in the landing. Will you give
Alright,
me a hand
well,
with this?
Yeah, sure. Let's see what we can do.
Has what? Not that bad.
What is his mechanic skill?
Damn.
Grant, what is this?
Zaz, do you really want me to throw the smokes at you? I feel like at this point you're kind of channeling them a bit.
I don't know why Zaz is doing this to himself.
Let me take my crystal ball.
Max doing it now too.
I think Tick should suffer. I think Tick should suffer. I think he should be called an idiot.
I am manifesting.
Okay.
Grunt.
So as you head off with Qatar, give me a mechanics roll, difficulty 4, which you will get. You'll get like 2 boost die. Those are like the blue ones. From
Okay.
both him and HK kind of helping you out with them.
Okay. We'll see how this goes.
You will succeed. Triumph.
As,
You did it. Hit it.
As you will take a bit to repair, but you have some time. What are the rest of you doing?
Going to like a fucking Marcy, because after all this shit, like checking up on her.
Marcy ain't looking great.
Yeah, Marcy. How are you feeling?
I mean, good as I can, I suppose. I probably just, best case scenario, I got somebody tortured. Worst case scenario, Val's dead. Worst case scenario, Val and Crom are going to be dead.
I mean, they knew the risk of this. And, Val did getting Jedi Holocron, which she mentioned was very illegal. If these guys are being on board, they were bound to find out eventually.
I mean, eventually is the key word there.
Don't beat yourself up too much, Marcy. Now we're starting the betrayal. We weren't trained for
Marcy's
stuff
not as bad at that.
Yeah, we weren't trained for shit like this.
Marcy nods at that.
I'll give her a hug. Yeah. I think she needs that.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that last point?
Yeah. I'll give Marcy a hug because I think she needs that.
Yeah. Marcy will hug you back, yeah?
It's gonna be alright, Marcy.
Yeah. Just need to figure out what we're gonna do next.
Keep looking forward, it's all we can do.
Yeah. That's all we can do now, yeah.
We'll just stay here for a bit, yeah.
About you, Tula? You doing anything?
Yeah, I'm not. I assume the damage is pretty bad, but there's a way to look at any maps on the ship at all. Anything that will give us any indication. I assume should be near where HK is at, or if you can just ask him
You
directly.
have no idea where you're going if that's what you're.
Gotcha.
I mean, you can look at maps of the galaxy, but like you don't. That's the whole point of the
Yeah,
system
I assume
being
that.
damaged.
Yeah, you're good. But no, just probably up there with HK, just asking how he's feeling.
Well, I mean, HK is currently repairing the ship, so if you want to join with them there.
She's the one that get in the way because she can't really help. Well, let me see my mechanics. Yeah, I cannot help. I have two. She just probably just with her own thoughts right now. Then, try not to get anyone's way while they're working on stuff.
Yeah, I mean, HK is fine. Like he doesn't seem to mind. Car
You're
is
good.
stressed out. I don't know how Wes is looking.
Yeah, you probably just ask Wes, how bad does it look essentially?
Grant, how bad does it look? Does it just look worse than it actually is? Am I actually able to?
No, it's like the fact that you're alive is a miracle. If you didn't get that triumph, I would have crashed you back down on the planet.
He gives her an obvious, like, trying to reassure her.
In fact,
It's
no.
fine.
Without that triumph and the threat, I would have just had you be recovered from space.
We
The
are
Imperial
alive.
Star Destroyer.
We are alive, Tula.
Oh, that's an obvious thing, but how much work is it going to take to even fix this thing, if it can be fixed?
Fix is a strong word. I can make it fly in the loosest term.
Qatar speaks up, and we can make it land and not explode.
So hopefully we can try and get a new ship. Skirmishes, basically.
Well, listen, we deal with it one step at a time. Landing, and then deal with everything else after.
You're right. You're good. Right. I will leave you to it. She gives you a bit of salute.
All right.
Qatar just kind of like says, well, I mean, you can stay if you want.
Are you sure? I can't really help you. I can hold a flashlight at best. Very good at holding flashlights.
At least you can keep us company.
She just smiles at him.
Just try not to distract your boyfriend too much. Soldering sounds.
I will kick you in the leg.
I'm working with very sensitive equipment here. Please do not.
Then immediately.
Not really. Take it.
Just 5 minutes of no. Put the light here. Fuck. Just don't do it myself. It's like dad
Yeah.
moment. Trying to
I can
help him
hold
with
the light.
the
Thank you.
car.
Qatar is spiritually, I think, like he has a lot in common with a middle-aged man from the Midwest. Yeah.
It's God, I don't know. It's fucking hyperspace travel times.
No, don't do that to yourself, Crunch.
They don't exist relative, whatever the story demands.
We talked about this in the last Star Wars game, remember?
I know. Probably gonna be at least like a day or two, I'll say. Because you don't really have any idea where you're going. You don't really know how much time we're gonna be here. You have food and supplies for about a week. And it's like that shitty emergency supply food.
Gotcha.
Yummy. MRE cake.
Gruel.
But because luckily because of the repairs being successful, you're not gonna suffocate. So big plus.
Yeah, got the oxygen working. Woo!
Nutrient bars for weeks. Yummy.
As about a day or two will pass if you want to do anything in that time.
Do they have like? Oh, go ahead.
Marcy's at the point where she's doing some training. She's letting off steam. Narratively, this is justifying the fact that I did decide to upgrade my brawl because I don't want to rely on my lightsaber.
Yeah.
Before we get to the planet.
Mir will be happy to accommodate that at least. Actually, nice. I kept my Vibro blade around. Very useful.
As eventually, then, as the second day sort of passes by, Qatar is a bit more anxious. How long do you think we'll be out here?
Well, if we're lucky, not too long. What we really do is just wait and hope, right?
I don't like this. Just yep, that's no fucking. Yeah, they most certainly do.
Neat. We're definitely be playing that eventually.
Unfortunately, with the two threats, it does not work.
Ah, no.
We can imagine. We'll use some to gruel.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's fine.
We use the MRE packets as like fucking.
Yeah, you get some
figures.
cartons and you kind of like bend them into shapes and
So-
imagine them in the piece.
Gotcha. We've gotten this far, right? So, if we're lucky, which I think we are, we'll figure this out.
Truly, you should know there's no such thing as luck.
Yes, that's true. It's just the
That's-
force.
Let the
Oh
force guide
God,
us.
spare me the crap.
Uh,
Listen, was the force the one that got us through the blockade, or do you think it was HK and, well, me and you shooting missiles at the fighters?
Maybe it was the force that led us all to meet all at once to make this journey together. Namaste.
He stares at you like not sure if you're serious or not.
She's fuck with him.
We're clever. That was a joke. Don't worry. We are. But Wes is the stupid student here. We are not.
But the force is real, guys.
Uh-huh,
don't-
sure it is.
You don't believe in the force?
I mean, I do. I mean, it's very
No.
real, isn't it?
are we really going to talk? What you know?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah, Tool. I don't think you know. I think the
No,
force
what?
doesn't work. The force doesn't work around him. I don't know.
What?
Yeah, it's
Really?
kind of fucking
Yeah.
weird, actually.
Yeah. Mur will try to move back and try to move something. As she tries to move back as much as possible in the room, as far away from him as possible. See like if it still like completely blocks out.
I mean, there's not that much space to move.
Okay. There's no way. Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, it just kind of like feels like nothing around him.
Hmm. That's
Maybe that's why Val was interested in you. Maybe that's what actually got Malchus to drop me when you were close to him.
If that is the case, it's going to make patching you up out of everybody here a little more difficult.
Oh, it's true. That's a good point. Fuck.
Grunt.
You're telling me you can heal people with the force?
Yeah. He healed
Yeah.
he healed my windpipe, or
I told you that. I told you he did that.
he prevented me from dying after Malchus force choked me to death.
Yeah, these people are still standing because I can.
As Mossy will kind of say, do you think there's a reason you don't see the scar where you shot me? It's because he healed it.
You can literally stop bleeding from happening and it's close wounds.
Yeah, he'll show where he got shot
And
too.
just
It's
use
like
them back that
We can
Did you
show
think we had backed in the ruins?
no, but you
I
have
think
the academy.
you think you
Yeah,
think you think he used back in the training room? You see any back the tank around there when you healed me?
I didn't see
Well,
him
I-
heal you. What?
well, it's fine either way. I can also patch people up with some loose wires in a pinch.
Grunt. Is there? I know this might be an off one, but is there any lore that a lore role, any role that could maybe give some understanding about Katara's ability to block the force, or have we even has Tulo or
You
anyone
can,
ever
yeah,
heard
you
of
mean
it?
you can give me a lore check difficulty 4 though, because this is obscure
Oh,
shit.
Yeah, I think it's. Yeah, I kind of figured you're good.
Murder will not even roll. This is what the fuck.
Yeah, you're good.
it's a lore check. Difficulty 4.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Maybe you roll 4 dice. He did. Yeah, you go. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
You know what, Wes?
The nerds.
Did remember reading a holocron about certain Jedi exile that and it made
They win.
I knew this was going. Yeah, I knew.
Maybe.
Hold on,
Yeah.
guys, you're talking over Grunt. Let him explain himself here.
Do you remember reading a holocron about a certain Jedi exile that made the Force go all weird around them?
Well, there was. He's not the first case. There was the Jedi exile I read about that was I don't know how to describe it, just had a weird connection with or just something with the Force. Could be that.
There is, Wes, you know that it's a it's a weird thing, but there are people you know for a fact that there are people who can sort of amplify others using the Force. So presumably, if you can make something like amplify it, maybe you can sort of negate it temporarily as well. Like limit it, suppress it maybe.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like if people can like amplify one's force abilities, I guess there's people who can suppress it, diminish it for temporary period of time. I don't know.
He looks at you a bit and says, well, make a bit sense, but I've never seen anyone able to do that or mention that.
Well, it's not something that's completely common, and I've only heard of the one individual. I don't know. Have you tried? Oh, if other people can amplify, can you try to? I don't know. Will it onto somebody else?
Listen, I don't do anything. I don't.
I'm gonna try something. You might feel, if it works, you might feel a pressure. Don't worry about it. I'm just seeing it like how much space it works in, and I'm gonna try to use the force sense to kind of just get a side of his head a little bit. I'm not reading anything particular, just trying to pry a bit, if that makes sense.
I mean, you can try, but there's no force around you.
The room is too small. Mur already tried that. If you would try to walk around,
Yep.
it's
But he hasn't necessarily experienced it, so he's just trying to he just decides experimenting it a little bit.
As you focus, you try and feel on the force around you, but there is nothing. It's like the force doesn't exist at in this moment.
Huh.
It's a very weird sensation for sure.
And you say it's just on all the time?
He nods.
Have you
Yeah,
Have you tried using the force, like yourself, outside of
No,
the suppressant?
I didn't even believe in it until, well, people started
I mean,
acting very irrational about it. I used to think it was something they kind of just spouted bullshit at the Sith Academy.
He picks up like a bolt or something and puts it on any surface, doesn't matter.
Yep.
All right. You see this bolt?
Yeah.
I want you to and no, put it down. No, stand beside him. I want you to close your eyes and just picture the bolt, all right?
Okay.
Now I want you, without any doubt, believe that you can move the bolt.
He kind of like
Hey.
chuckles and says, "That's how your belief works." Because
Wes, I know. I listen. I was a student at Typhon, but the training is a bit more complicated than that, and I don't think we can teach that in 10 days, depending on how much food and air supply we have.
Just humor me. Just humor me. Matt, pretend the force is a real thing. See what you can. Just try to picture yourself moving the bolt.
he just kind of closes his eyes and nothing really happens. After like 10 seconds, he's kind of happy. Listen, I get it. I used to think the Sith were just kind of crazy. You seem to be more normal, and apparently there's like another weird religion that also believes. So,
Well, I wouldn't call myself a Sith.
He just
no, he was referring to. He was implying.
The entire order. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, Mac.
He's
Didn't we talk
Jedi.
for a fucking moment? I'm being cut off a bit too many times now. What he was implying is that he was clearly only interacted with Sith, but since now he learned about the Jedi, which is what he thinks you are, and there's like another cult that believes in the Force, are the Jedi, is now doubting his own knowledge and beliefs.
Well, we have a couple of days of quiet travel, so we could either try to teach you everything about the Force in that span of who knows how long. I am going to meditate, aka maybe take a nap.
Jordan, is there any more repairs that I can do?
No.
Or need to be done? Then, if you're up for it, we can try to learn a little bit more about your.
I'll be honest, I'm not very like this. Again, the whole. I've sat on a few lessons at the academy. They just. Listen, man, you believe what you want to believe. I'm just gonna. You know what? Taking naps seems reasonable.
He gets it. He gets it. It's meditation. You gotta call it meditation. That way people get a little less upset.
I think we should utilize the calm as much as possible before we crash land on an unknown world.
I guess
Maybe even into a Imperial military base. Well, very incredibly lucky.
Just help me look at we're gonna do inventory check.
Sure thing.
See what we can salvage.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a weird thing. Even when you leave the room with him, there's still that sense that there's just the Force is not can't tap into it. Like it's kind of within you, but the moment you sort of try and you use it in any way, it's just not there. Very weird. But seeing this, Wes, you realize, man, it must suck to be a Sith apprentice and suddenly in middle of the fight just realize none of your Force powers work.
Imagine being a sorcerer.
Yeah, that's
the virgin sorcerer.
There's also the inverse of that of, oh my god, my ally, you're an ally and you need to use a Force ability and you're too close to him. So that's something that Wes is going to keep, because there's not really much to talk about that. He's going to keep that in the back of his own head for now.
But it is, I was gonna say, it's also clearly a proximity thing. Like if you go far enough from him, you eventually will.
Yeah, it's just I'm just saying something to keep in mind if we're fighting by him is we have to be we'll have to do an actual test on that.
Maybe during small talk, Murray will mention that the fucking Malgus was still able to force choke him while he was in the room. But only when he came closer, that's when the force choking stopped.
I will also say during that conversation, because I know Miru knows, because Miru talked with him.
Yeah, no, Miru will talk with West also and stuff and share with West during the inventory sorting.
No, would you like Mac? Please let me finish my sentences. Wes, you would have realized during that conversation you had. It's another weird thing, especially where you come from. He never he doesn't know anything about the Jedi. That's weird. Kind of most of the galaxy knows about the Jedi. You have to be in a very, very fucked up remote places to just Jedi have, I don't know, heard rumors about them, right?
Yeah.
That means he's probably grew up and is from the Outer Rim, and even then it's probably some of the worst places.
That's no.
It also means his first proper interaction with the Force was from a very Sith perspective.
Grunt, I don't know, and if I might have to roll for this, is it
possible that somebody can just how do I put it? Reject the force so much that they suppress it themselves. Like-
Not necessarily. It's not like rejecting it, but this could feasibly, because you're all so good on the lore check, this could feasibly be a sort of subconscious response to just being traumatized with it as like a defense mechanism.
Okay. That's something to bring up with Tula. When we got a moment. But yeah, while Maru's explaining stuff that she knows about him, he's just like nodding, like listening and agreeing, but not really stating any opinion
So Miru,
at the moment.
You would just kind of tell him basically everything you've kind of talked with him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wes, yeah, I mean, if you grew up in the like slums of Narshada, one of the worst places in the galaxy, and the only time you saw a Jedi was probably a very drunk or like either like a failed shadow or some other reject that's kind of found his way there. Yeah, it was probably not a good look.
All right. So just to get my thoughts in order here, he's been a Nashirja. He's been traumatized his whole life, which could be so his reaction to the Force is he is subconsciously pushing it away or whatever, and it's not something he's conscious he's doing. He just
Yeah.
actively cut himself off. Okay.
Not that he cut himself off, he is like just pushing any force effect around him away.
Mm-hmm. Because of Narshada and other traumatizing factors with the Sith and
It's most
failed-
likely the Sith.
Yeah.
Most likely the Sith.
Okay. But that does mean he is force like if he can get over this, he is force sensitive, right?
Absolutely. You wouldn't be able to do this if you had no force abilities.
Okay, just wanted to be sure before
Yep.
I because again, this is something I'm going to talk to the other nerd about. No offense to the other two. All right. Thank you, Maru. I appreciate your help.
Problem?
Why don't you go rest? I'll go in the cockpit and just keep an eye on the scanners.
Yeah, Mira will nod. Yeah. I've time to meditate.
If you see Tula, send her up to the cockpit, please. But if she's fast asleep, don't bother. Don't bother.
Mira will nod. Yeah. If Tula's awake, she will send him up the street. He will send her up the cockpit.
Car just at the edge. She was meditating.
Wakey, sleepyhead.
I was with the Force. Sorry.
I was having a vision.
Yeah.
Wants to chat with you about something, about philosophy.
Okay.
About someone
Okay.
with similar intellect. Alas, our topics of discussion are not compatible.
No problem.
It's now my turn to meditate.
Have fun. It's a lot of retrospect. Is Marcy around at all? How has Marcy been the last few days?
Oh, well, Marcy's been trying to keep herself busy, mostly either with training or with finding other things to do.
I gotcha. Is before your nap, you might just make sure Marcy's okay. Just
I already chatted with her already right now. Trying to keep her eyes ahead.
how has
I
she?
think the sparring helps distract her.
That's good. I hope.
But yeah, no, she not feeling too good after the whole debacle back on Korriban.
Yeah. A lot of stuff happened.
I try to assure it's not her fault.
Okay. Thanks
Are
for
you
the
okay,
message.
Tula? Are you okay, Tula?
I'm fine. Don't worry. I'm good. Don't worry, Maru. It'll be a war. That's for Wes to do.
I'll keep sparring with Mars if keep her distracted.
Yeah, Tula just pats you on the shoulder as she makes her way to Wes. So, I've been summoned for a discussion of philosophy.
He'll offer her a seat at the co-pilot seat.
She takes a seat.
I don't know. It's a hunch, but I think I know why your boy is this blank spot in the Force.
Okay, first of all, he's not my boy. Just want to start that right now, Wes. Come on. He's a person.
Okay. All right. Well, more importantly, I think you're the only person that can help him.
I am. We could take naps if that's the case.
So, Miru filled me in a little bit on his background.
Really? I don't. What? You know what? Don't tell me. I'll let him tell me if that's the case. But
All right.
what's the gist here? What's going on?
Well, it seems like he didn't know anything about the Jedi, and let's say the Jedi he did bump into was not a very good person.
Okay.
Like drinking horn and whatever else. So the Sith got a hold of him, and that was his first impressions of the Force. And with other trauma, it seems like he is repressing the Force. Now, that's not something common, but with healing and time, he might be able to tap into the Force on his own. And it's only one person I can think of who's been able to do this. He could be a really powerful Force user. That's just my theory. You can't, but if you can help him through this, he might be able to tap into the Force.
Okay, why's it gotta be me? No offense, but I'm not really the practical teacher type. You see
You're
me,
the
what?
person who has the best connection with him.
I kind of
He
burnt
trusts
that
you.
bridge a little bit there, Wes. You don't really come back from. Well, you seen Marcy? I don't think it's. I don't want to assume something that's not. I
He
probably
seemed
did a lot of.
he seemed pretty warm to you when you were helping with the flashlight.
Okay, that's a lot of assumptions based on one conversation, Wes. I literally took his trust and, well, he wasn't in a good spot afterwards, Wes. We haven't really had a chance to really, with everything going on, there's never been a time to talk about it really. And I don't know if it should be forgiven so easily either.
Do you feel bad for what you did?
Yeah, of course I do.
Do you want to fix things?
Yeah, with his permission, if he wants, if he allows it.
Then I'm not the most social person here, but doesn't the first step to apologize?
Yeah, I did. I know. It takes more than just one apology, though. I just,
Are you willing to put in the effort?
of course, well, as much as I can. You know me, Wes. The energy
Then
levels are pretty low.
that's my point. Like, if you're willing to put in the effort and whatever it is, and try to fix this, I'm not asking you to do it. I'm asking you to try. I know it's really hard for us Jedi to just try, but I guess we're really not that either. We're
You're not wrong. I'm probably just been kind of about the whole thing. Seeing, well, it's not the same. It doesn't. Marcy's reaction to the whole thing is just another reminder how not okay it was. Even if I didn't go through it fully, does it make it good? No, Miru's keeping an eye on her, but there's that going on too. We all
Yeah.
have our own problems right now.
right now. I don't really want to. Everybody's tense, but I don't want to put a too fine a point on it. But it's the 5 of us against an empire at the moment, because they're not going to let that go.
Maybe there's a good chance they may chase us because how dare we escape? Maybe because they'll eventually get bored if it's not really worth too much time and effort. There's also There's also something else. Something Val mentioned to me that I've been nagging at a bit.
What's on your mind?
After the whole confrontation with Qatar and everything, after I left, we talked. She was mentioning how there's some enemies, some greats. I don't know, some person that we had to prepare for, or she had to prepare for. I'm not too sure. It's the whole reason she was pushing for us to make a decision. I think there was something her and I want to say Crom, but who knows? We're doing. Don't know the full scope of it. Don't know who this person is. That was before she got arrested, so I didn't get to have a chance to ask too many questions.
For now, keep it in the back of your mind. But for now, we'll land the ship. After that, we'll come up with a plan. All right. I'm not. I know my limitations. I'm not. How do I put it? You're kind of the heart of the team. You make people better, and I can make them physically better, and I can keep pushing forward. But I'm not. I'm not that guy.
Hey, like you said, sometimes it's all about trying. We're all trying to do things. Maru's trying to. Oh, well, Maru's gotten softer. Marcy was reflecting. Oh no! Oh no! I feel
No,
like weight.
no.
Marcy's even Marcy's changed as well. You too, Wes. You're a little less tense. We all make mistakes. We all will probably make mistakes, but all you can do is try.
Yeah.
Now, if you excuse me, I have to make a proper apology and hope if it goes well. If it doesn't,
Well, you can hang out with me in the cockpit if it goes bad.
thanks. I might be seeing you soon if he gets up.
Take care.
I want Marcy to give me a vigilance roll.
A vigilance roll, you say?
Yes. The normal difficulty.
The normal difficulty. 1 success.
Yeah, so over these last 2 days, it's become painfully obvious to you that Qatar has. Well, he's clearly avoiding you, like to the point where he will not stay in the same room you are. He doesn't, like, if you ask him any like questions, it'll be very short form answers. I think you also kind of. He seems rather uncomfortable, maybe. He's clearly trying to keep as far away from you as possible.
All right. It'd be a bit mean to ask. How does the Force Ghost? How is he dealing with being around this fucking Force suppression field at damn near all times?
It doesn't seem to affect him. Although now on the second day, the Force Ghost is. You can feel it a bit more than usual. It's anxious about something. Not really sure why. Maybe
Something.
anxious is not the correct word. Terrified is the correct word. But it's a build up. It's not there yet, but it's getting increasingly more scared as time goes on.
Right. All right. I think noticing this, Marcy's just going to ask what she's going to ask Qatar. She don't mind me asking, what's got you so on edge?
Gonna say, you probably can find him in the sort of probably one of, like the cockpit area. That'll be fine. Maybe Miru is there as well. I want to make this dramatic.
Probably chilling there.
Yeah, you walk up to him. He kind of tenses a bit as you ask him that. As he turns to you and says, "Listen, I don't want to cause unnecessary. You have enough problems of your own without me kicking you while you're down." Not sure if you said something or
Or did you not hear me?
no.
What is it?
What? What did you think was gonna happen with Trusted Navis with the whole thing? I feel like you have no idea who you've entangled yourself with.
See, well, Marcy's gonna just say, I, I, I don't really know. The first person I was close to like that, and
I'm gonna hear a funny story. After I was sold that the Huts could recuperate some of the losses, I ended up in a very, very nice looking estate. Luxurious, very wealthy. The owners, my owners, very wealthy. Worked, lived like that for a bit. I remember distinctly. There were 3 times, because I was doing manual labor. The slaves don't get to view the masters that often. But I remember 3 times I saw the family that owned everything very arrogant, very cruel. Well, not to me. I kept my head down. I managed to escape the more brutal punishments, but not everyone was so lucky. Now, imagine my surprise when they told me I was force sensitive. They grabbed me and threw me on a shuttle. I arrived on Korriban. Imagine my surprise to see that, well, there was another shuttle that docked. One had the very interesting passenger, let's say. I recognized the same young Zygerian I saw those 3 times prancing around the estate. So yeah, I'm not fucking surprised your girlfriend sold you out for anything. Benefits, wealth, whatever the fuck she got out of it. I've seen her whip slaves. I don't know, to discipline them, to make sure the others stay in line. I would have never looked at her and thought, yeah, trustworthy. While the others may give you sympathy, and I'm just gonna, well, I just don't get it.
Mossy, just as that hits her, she'll say, the only reason they give me sympathy is because they're my friends. From the outside perspective, I agree with you. She didn't trick me. She didn't fool me. I knew. I knew who she was. She didn't hide that. Then I looked past it. I just wanted. And it's very clear that like Marcy, like at this point, looking like she regrets everything. She regrets everything. She even says like, I let myself become an awful person on Korriban. I made those choices. And everyone on this ship is right to look at me and view me as you do. Until I can prove it to myself that I'm not that person. Yeah, it's not much I can say.
Listen, I'm not casting moral judgment. I'm just, as long as you understand that you were dumb and don't repeat the mistakes, fine.
Mossy just nods.
Like I said, that place was meant to fucking break people. I cracked, you cracked, everyone cracks.
Oh. Mossy will just she'll kind of nod at that and she'll say, well, healing's a long process, but best time to start is now.
As you walk into the like cockpit area, Tula, you see there's a. I'm not sure how Miru is reacting to this conversation because you could like overhear it.
Mur's keeping silent. He doesn't want to interject right now. I mean, internally she's.
I was gonna say, but how do you look on the outside for Tula?
Ooh, a bit relieved. Actually, kind of relieved and happy at how the conversation kind of went, but kind of worried. But also like worried. Definitely, definitely a look of worry definitely on her face.
As Marcy turns around, how does Marcy look?
There's like Marcy saying like looks good is too much, but like Marcy feels good. Like Marcy looks relieved to have actually gotten to talk to somebody who's not just going to tell her, "I feel so bad for you. Oh, that's so terrible that happened to you." Like Marcy actually genuinely like looks happy that somebody's not just going to tell her that.
Everybody's still alive?
This is the room you walk into.
Gotcha. I assume, is there like a weird air at all, or just like what they look like right now?
Just how you see them.
Okay. It's a bit of a raised eyebrows, but hey, sorry if I'm interrupting something.
So
No.
Okay. Qatar, is it alright if I talk to you for a quick second?
yeah. What's up?
Oh, wait, hold on. I'll give you some.
I will also leave.
I want to just because most of us are here. I don't know if it should be a subject of alarm. The Sith ghost in my head is getting like anxious and like scared about stuff. I don't know what that means, but he doesn't. The only other time I've seen him scared, I felt him scared, was when Malgus was around.
Now remind me, did you tell Qatar about the Sith ghost? Because I don't remember exactly.
I did, yes. It was a
Okay.
part of the thing when she was breaking down during her first meeting with him. Was like I took in like the Sith, like a Sith ghost for, like for during that fight.
He's. The fuck is HK? Qatar starts panicking a bit.
Where is HK?
HK is just tinkering with the ship. He doesn't really have anything else to distract his big brain right now.
Well, I saw him somewhere in one of the hallways of the ship, just playing. Well, I won't say playing around, just doing something to it. We can go grab him.
Yeah. Talk on the way there.
Okay, that's fine.
Head out of the room. So, what did you want to chat about?
Oh, the one? I know last time we talked, we weren't in the best place. So all we have is time now, and I wanted to properly apologize for everything. I am sorry, Qatar.
He just kind of gives you a smile and nods.
Oh, okay. And Wes seems to think that I can help you with. I'm not too sure. He says I didn't ask for details. You can tell me if you want, of course. You don't have to if you don't want to. Some things happened in your past. None of them really great. And well, he thinks I can help in some way. But like I
Be a
said, you
bit
don't
more
have to do that.
specific. I have apparently a long and tragic life, judging by Miru's reaction.
Well, apparently, what he's saying that your reactions and feelings for the Force may be in correlation to some traumatic and bad stuff happening in your past, which is a given. So, I guess can help. Oh, Jesus!
Tarmac, we're on the. He's flying away.
Things
I'm getting
fucking
shot.
got
He's
spaced.
taking off. He's taking off.
He's
Over
going
the
to reclaim the Michigan Peninsula.
But I'm not too sure exactly how I can help. But if you need help, you're my friend. If you want to be, you don't have to, of course. Like I said, I'll
Am I
take
that
your lead on
awkward
this.
when I talk to people?
What? No, no. I'm.
No, I mean you right now. You're like, I've seen engineers trying to disarm. Well, not this. Not that's not the word. I've seen engineers try to scavenge ships caught between buildings that looked less worried than you are right now.
Sorry, I'm not really used to all this, any of it really, but I don't want you to feel like you have to forgive me for what happened, and I don't want you to feel like you have to engage with me in any way if you don't want to. It's a little unfair to presume such things. Navigating
I'll be
the
honest, Dulaf. No, no. Let me ease your suffering, your burden. As much as I want to call Val a bitch for what she did, she is. You have been the nicest person to me in a long, long time. Even with the whole betrayal. Haven't whipped me, haven't beaten me, haven't tried to electrocute me, haven't made me do sort of cruel manual labor, haven't shouted at me. Honestly, I think I can take like 1 or 2 more betrayals before I kind of call it even.
Tula looks concerned and worried when he's explaining, like, "Yeah, you haven't done this horrible list because it means someone along the line did." So she looks concerned and worried for him. But she nods, says, well, I don't like any of that at the very least, but I'm happy to hear that. And well, hopefully with time we'll get to know each other properly.
I would like that.
Yes. I'm navigating what it means to have, I guess, attachments and things like that properly. Anyway,
Now you're starting to talk like HK.
it's oh, that's right. You don't know the Jedi. Okay,
No.
it's just a Jedi thing. It's fine.
He'll kind of like, just clearly not understanding what you're referring to. He'll just nod.
Uh,
Well, it's fine. I guess I'll show you the ropes this time.
yeah, just context clues wise, Jedi are heavily discouraged from making any attachments. It's considered dangerous and well, not at all good for those connected to the Force. Leads to dark side, temptation, falling, blah blah, that whole thing.
All seem to be good friends at the very least here.
Yeah, but there's always been a layer to it, an understanding, I think, for how things would go. Eventually, we would have part ways, grew up with each other, but
Hmm.
it's just how it is. The Jedi Temple. We've been born, raised to be.
I grew up in a place where make attachments, but Marcy's girlfriend will stab you in the back once they get a better offer.
Hmm.
Kind of learn to learn to deal with it. I'll be honest. If that wasn't such a dire circumstance, that betrayal wouldn't have demoralized me so much. But I think everything together put the just lost hope for a moment.
I'm sorry about that, and I understand. The Jedi are taught that when we get too emotional, you just release your feelings out into the Force. Let them go. Do not let them control you or blind you, because that too leads to the dark side, or falling, or whatever.
Well, I used to fling bottles at the wall, or if you get lucky, can yeah, sometimes we find half-emptied blaster charges. That's how I found my first slug thrower. I think a bounty hunter just kind of dropped it into one of the containers. Had 4 rounds in it. Best day of my life.
Oh, that's an interesting way of doing it. I can't really make a comparison. Not the best when it comes to well, lightsabers are where I excel at, really.
Fine. Show you.
Okay, but if I shoot you, you can't blame me.
I'll survive. I'll make
You were
sure to
just-
stand behind you.
We'll see what happens. We'll see how those dice roll. But Tula just smiles and nods, basically.
Smile and nod back. As you find HK with Wes just kind of debating. HK says, "No, Wes. This is clearly better if we just scrap this part of the ship."
Is there any viable reasons why not to scrap this part of the ship, Grunt, so I can actually make the debate?
Well, talking about the at least these are part of the living contain like living rooms, beds and such.
We kind of, unless we're just gonna sleep in these chairs or on the floor, those parts are kind of vital for us flesh bags.
Ah, faulty design then. That and life support systems. Sure, put a lot of drain on the ship.
Yeah, well, we also need those to breathe.
Unfortunate. He's trying to figure out how to cut weight off the ship and redirect power. As the other two will approach you. As Qatar just walks up to HK and kind of bangs on his top like once. HK just turns around, looks at him. Okay, HK, how about you do me a favor? I need you. I'm sure you can probably do this. Been out here for a bit over 2 days now. Just run me a simulation of nearby planets that are within closest range where we were at. And input the maximum amount of 7 days. And let's just see. It's like the worst outcome. As HK just says, how that will help you. Will it make it better if you know you'll die of starvation than you don't?
We could might allow us to send out a distress signal if it gets dire. It might be able to be picked up by smugglers or slavers.
You just took the words out of my mouth. So Qatar will not say anything. As HK just says, looks at you, Wes. Is faulty programming a common feature amongst you or living organisms?
Yes.
Have
Yes, they are.
identified so many bad decisions the last 2.5 weeks.
Sally,
Yeah, well, I'm saying it as a last resort, HK. Just see what you can do for the simulation, please.
Very well. I still think we don't need the beds, but as he like walks away.
HK, no. You need to sleep.
He wants to get rid of the living quarters
How will I
and
rest?
the life support system.
Yeah. Well, For HK, he didn't have to really worry about the organics, I guess.
Catharsis says, was asking me how long can people stay within the same 10 square feet without going insane. So he wanted us all to just hang out in the cockpit.
Well, at least he's asking. That's still important, right? He at least wanted to hear the answer instead of just doing it.
Grant, the answer's gonna be no, and why would I even ask? But you know what? Never mind. No, never mind.
Which one? Do you want to cuddle on the pile on the floor, Wes?
No, well, HK's already taken care of it, but I was gonna take my best. I was gonna take my best shot at looking at the navigation computer and try to figure out where we're heading.
Mm.
Oh, I mean, if you want to, you can give me an astrogation roll, difficulty 5, because you have literally you have to just manually do this shit.
You can roll like
Fine.
3 die with 2 successes.
Fine, Grant. I just didn't want to keep getting yelled at for my dumb ideas.
It's theoretically possible.
Nope, no idea.
As yeah, I mean, I guess you can just go with HK as yeah, you'll have to sort of manually fucking. There's a lot of math involved. Takes some time.
Carry the 1.
As eventually, HK will say, "At least I can exclude certain destinations if that helps you for morale."
Give us the possibilities.
Possibilities are many. I can exclude some of them, though. Less.
Okay.
We are not going to Drummond Cass.
Woo?
At least Czar would have been there. That would have been at least a contact.
We might end up in a different world, maybe, perhaps. There are other like inhabited worlds around, I'm sure.
Yes.
Are there?
Oh, we are clearly still within. Luckily, we are still within normal hyperlanes, so we haven't drifted off into nothingness. We will not accidentally end up in a sun, in a star. Our odds of survival on exit are 85%.
That's good. Let's hope we don't run into a Star Destroyer, though.
I
Like a
said the
patrol vessel.
chances of exiting hyperspace and living.
Yeah.
After that,
nothing about
who
it
knows?
You know, Maru, you are just a ray of sunshine.
Well, I mean, look outside. I don't see much sun out there, do you?
It's a pretty view.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Don't
missing
look at it
horizon.
too long. Don't look at it too long.
Yeah, I read the scary tales about the hyperspace madness. Ooh. I'll see the souls of the dead in there. I'll see hyperspace ghost there. Hyperspace demon.
Well, I think it looks pretty.
Yeah. Oh, let's not be such a square. Fine, I'll not look at it too long. As he closed the fucking window.
Close the window. It's a whole. You know what? Yes.
Fuck, I'm sure.
You just be you, I guess. So I don't think there's any. I don't know if it's even possible to fix this ship. So
Not
yeah,
while
we'll-
it's like in flight, no. The fact that it's operational is the miracle you got with the Triumph.
yeah.
But yeah, as I guess a few more hours will pass eventually as Marcy, you will eventually fall asleep, I assume.
So threatening, Grunt, when you say that, but yes, I do.
As you
Oddly threatening.
yeah, as you sleep, why don't you give me a discipline roll? Difficulty 4.
Discipline roll. Yeah, I can do that. We still got the 5 doc die.
Yeah. I'm not gonna give you darkness.
I got a triumphant success. Eat my
Holy
ass.
shit.
How about you fucking suck on my whole cock and balls?
So yeah, as you open your eyes, Marcy, you find yourself in this desolate landscape. Everything around you seems dead, decayed. There's a darkness around this place. As you sort of, it takes you a moment and you realize you are not you, but someone else. You are seeing this someone else's eyes.
Boss is going to try to look around. Like, does it feel like she's just a pastor? Can she like control
you can
where
control.
she looks around?
You can control it. You are fully in control. It's just not your body. You are seeing it through someone else's eyes.
Yeah, she looks around. She looks at herself.
You are clad in some sort of weird armor. Have a lightsaber at your side.
It's just a dead world.
It is. It looks.
No.
It looks about as bad as Korriban. In fact, it looks even worse.
Is there anything around? Anyone around?
Wow. You maybe wonder a bit about. There's just vast plains of emptiness. You see in the distance. Give me a perception roll, actually. Normal perception.
Perception, normal difficulty, 1 success, 2 advantages.
So, yeah, as you see in the distance, some sort of ruins. A large city, maybe at some point.
She'll walk towards it. It's the only thing in sight right now.
Yeah, it's rather far away, but as you kind of see the colossal buildings, there is some reminds you a bit of Korriban, but the architecture is clearly different and just very strange, alien to you. I'm gonna say, listen, maybe you get doubly stupidly lucky. Give me a lore check. Difficulty 5.
I think it's statistically impossible to like. It's not impossible.
I don't know.
Oh, 6 failures.
So
Oh my god.
it's like you have no fucking idea, but the architecture is just completely unknown.
Thank you, Star Wars Foundry, for giving me all my failures a check. I was gonna fail anyways. That's eat up my failures.
Yeah, as you make your way, time to spend some.
I can see it ticking up.
You
see a shoe.
feel this sort of presence as you suddenly are yanked against your control. As you suddenly see the city approaching within view, and you can feel this sort of deep hunger towards you as panic is increasing. You realize you are, in fact, about to die. Give me a discipline roll, difficulty 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade this. Nah, failure.
As you try and sort of struggle to keep yourself calm and collected within this landscape, you kind of like awake in a sort of very stressful haze. As when you awake, you realize you start like coughing severely, waking. Maybe would you be sleeping with anyone in the room? Because these are not like large bunk beds. So who would you be sharing a room?
Probably like Wes.
So yeah, Wes, you wake, you get awoken by your sister starts like coughing, and as you kind of look towards her, you see she's coughing a lot of blood, as she has like blood sort of streaming down her eyes, her ears, her nose, and looks very like wounded, for lack of a better word. Marcy, feel free to take like 10 wounds.
Oh, cool.
Grant, in the risk of getting yelled at, is there a first aid kit, survival kit, any kind of kit here?
Yeah, I mean, has some equipment.
Do we still have our comms or stuff, or is this just something I can shout and people will hear me?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you can shout and maybe they'll wake up, but you have your comms, you have your short range communications on.
Yeah, so he's gonna shout, "Somebody give me the first aid kit, survival kit, get to the room now!" And he's gonna try tipping her on her side, and I know it's gonna be a no, but he's gonna try. I'm doubting he can use his force heal at the moment. So if he can't do that, then medicine.
Yeah, give me a medicine check. As
Is there a
same.
difficulty or just?
I mean, yeah, difficulty 2. As would be the first one to rush in with the first aid kit.
Tulu's a sleeper.
Mirror probably. I'd say. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you're good.
You see Miru burst through the doors, followed behind by HK, as she gives you the first aid kit.
I'm going to use a light to upgrade this, please.
Yeah, you start like sort of first of all start scanning her for what even is like wrong. Like there's no obvious exterior wound, as you realize there's multiple points of internal bleeding. As you literally have to operate on her on ship, using and kind of turning this room into a makeshift medical bay. Luckily, with one triumph, as eventually Tula, you'll be woken up by Qatar as um Wes is operating on Marcy.
Wait, what? Wait, what happened?
She started coughing up blood and just bleeding all over the place. I said something about internal hemorrhage.
What? She like gets up, probably looking very freaked out as she'll go and see what's going on.
As yeah, Wes, take a bit for you to, at the very least, administer some let's say antitoxins, but this would be something else.
Blood clotners.
Yeah, just kind of start basically trying to prevent. It's not like her. You managed to catch it in time, so none of her organs have been too damaged by this. But at the very least, she's stable now. As you
Is she
find,
conscious? Or?
yes, she is conscious. But it was a rather painful experience for you, Marcy.
Marcy is she is fucking babbling about the buildings, babbling about the feeling, babbling about being grabbed. Basically recounting the dream, the dream, the vision, whatever it was, in a probably sounds completely fucking incoherent.
Yeah, Wes is just gonna like forehead to forehead, just like shh, calm down. It's okay. All right. He'll turn to. I'm assuming everybody else is in the room at this point, Grant.
Yeah.
I want 24-hour surveillance on her, wide awake. We're just keeping an eye on her. We'll take shifts, all right?
Yeah, Julie looks worried, but she nods.
I gotta see what I can do to get this blood off of me.
Let's
Huh.
just,
I noticed that.
let's just say that the ship rattles as you all realize you're about to exit hyperspace.
Fuck. Tula, you stay here. Qatar, to the cockpit. Let's go. HK, come on.
Yeah. As you three head to the cockpit, Tula, you strap yourself down into a chair so you don't bounce around. Miru, likewise.
What about Marcy?
Well,
We'll strap her
Marcy's-
down the
yeah,
best we can in the bed, I assume.
yeah.
yeah, you tie her up to the bed so she doesn't fly off. As you three rush to the cockpit, as the moment you exit hyperspace, this is the planet comes into view as you see this sort of desolate world in front of you as your spaceship is just about to do a forced landing.
Before we do it, Fall, can I prep either get scans for life signs or any signals coming from the planet?
Yeah, I mean, listen, crash landing is not gonna happen in like 10 seconds. You have time to scan the planet.
Yeah, so he's scanning the planet for life signs or communications, because if we crash, I can triangulate that and
give
head
me a
towards that
computer's
location.
roll.
Oh.
I'll give you a black dice because you are doing this mid crash. Actually, no, I'll give you 2 black dice because what the fuck.
What does black die do?
Setback
Adds
die.
penalties. Setback.
Can I use light sight on this or no?
Yeah, can upgrade the ability.
I got an advantage. That's something.
And I'll upgrade the ability for Qatar to maybe have a better chance for that. Ooh,
Finally.
okay. As yeah. Well, you start scanning the planet and you don't really detect any life forms, but like it immediately sort of like the systems fucking fry as you enter the atmosphere, as Qatar will redirect all unnecessary power into the engines and shields, as it will be a rough go. As luckily though, with the help of HK, he manages to sort of find a nice and kind of guide the ship to sort of find a nice flat plane, as there's a shaking and a tumbling as the ship impacts the ground for shortly just everything, like the power itself just going down for like 30 seconds as
For a brick.
you kind of like take a deep breath before the lights come back on, at least the emergency one, and sort of like the paneling on the cockpit sort of lifts up so you can see what's outside.
Another happy land.
Does not look pretty.
For a brick, you flew pretty good.
Melchior 5.
I don't know. That should be destroyed right now.
No, it isn't. But I don't think with Koruto already happened.
Should have already.
Yeah. You sort of see this blighted landscape, completely fucking dead and desiccated. As you look out the window briefly, there's a moment where you realize Korriban looks like a nice place compared to this. As Qatar kind of starts running some diagnostics. Well, at least it's a breathable atmosphere, kinda.
Kinda. What
Well,
do you mean?
I don't have full scan of the planet, but there's an atmosphere, right?
That's something. Let's check in on the others and then see who's good enough to do a quick little exploration of the area.
He kind of again points to HK, person who doesn't need to read.
All right.
Fine, go check
HK.
on your sister. I'll coordinate with HK to a quick scan of the area around the ship.
Yeah, he'll run back towards the others.
At this point, Marcy, the terror has completely overtaken. As the moment you kind of open your eyes, you all kind of see Marcy start like screaming and shouting.
Well, try to calm her down. Marcy, Marcy, and she just.
No, we need to we need to leave. We need to leave. We need to get out of here. We need to get out of here. We're gonna die. We're gonna die. We need to leave.
Okay, we'll figure a way out. Okay, we need to calm down. The ship's still broken. Okay, come on. She looks
Yes.
at Maru.
We're gonna salvage something, then we're gonna head off.
There's like it. The Marcy does not stop. It just becomes incoherent. But she does not stop.
Yeah, Tula will try to call Wes as Marcy's screaming is probably or upset is still going on.
I'm on my way. I'll be there in a minute.
I mean, it doesn't take you that long to the other side of the ship. As
Is she still free?
she is not well meant.
Does this place have any, because it was a transportation, any sedatives or anything?
Yeah. Sedate her.
Like, you two are gonna see, like, what is she just thrashing or just panicking? It really depends. Like, does she look?
I mean, that's up to her, but yeah.
Yeah,
She is panicking. The thing is, if you're worried if she's going to like try to leave, no, she would actually much rather stay on the ship forever.
all right.
In fact, if anything, it's going to be a struggle to get her to leave if we have to do that.
All right. HK is doing a quick scan around the ship. Guitar's coordinating it. We have somewhat of a breathable atmosphere. We're getting the full picture now.
Okay. Do you have any idea? Oh, go ahead.
There's going to be a city. There's going to be a city. We can't go towards it. We can't go towards it.
Any idea where we are, at least roughly, even, or any hint or anything?
Nope. The computer has been.
No, it fried on the way down.
Let's hope we can find something here. So, as we'll look at one of the windows. Open up like.
Well, there's no windows here.
Oh, there's no window here.
It's an actual spaceship. There's the only windows is like in the cockpit.
Ah, okay.
Windows are in fact a structural weakness.
Yes.
Don't you understand? Mac's going to design a submarine with a screen door.
I will.
We pilot the ship with this Xbox controller.
I did in fact design the Titan submarine. Yes, you are correct. Luckily, I did not make it to the.
Ah, Jesus Christ! So he sits next to him. What city? What are you talking about?
I dreamt it. I dreamt that I was somebody else, but I was on a world. I was here. The city it pulled me towards it. I couldn't get away.
What's in the city that got you spooked?
Something. It's just to make sure you described it as hunger, right?
Yep.
It's something. It's hunger. It's hungry.
He smiles. He's like, it's gonna be okay.
Here on
We'll
the
figure it out.
comms. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, like as soon as the commas would appear, he would stop talking. So go on, Grunt.
You would hear on the comms, Qatar says, well, temperatures are below freezing point. But seems to be safe outside. I'll go out and have a quick look, let you know.
No.
Need to get some scans of the surrounding area.
Hold on,
Don't let him
Qatar.
go. Don't let him go.
Hold on. Before you head out, just wait. Give me a second, all right? I'll be right there.
He couldn't go alone at the very least.
Listen, he's not like gonna go explore. He literally just wants to set up a perimeter, like around the ship.
So he doesn't care.
No, I know, Marcy. I'm just explaining this for Wes.
Yeah, he's putting on a show for Marcy. I'm not gonna lie. Maru, Maru, come with me.
Going on there?
When the door shuts and we're a little bit away, he's gonna be like, go with Qatar and help him set up the perimeter, but don't go any further than a perimeter, okay?
Sure thing.
I'm gonna stay
Is it-
back here in case anything medically happens again, okay?
Nemro will nod and head off towards the door.
You get there, he kind of looks at you, kind of like crosses his arms, says, I don't need a babysitter.
I think they're paranoid. It's something Marcy had a bit of a vision and sees the.
Well, put the winter gear on, because you'll freeze to death outside.
This should do.
Oh, calling this winter gear is very, very
Liberal, yeah, I know,
generous.
yeah. A few layers of extra clothing, maybe like
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to like stay outside for too long, like freezing. But that's why I said like you can't really go that far. Unlike HK, who is just a Chad.
The Chad, the best Chad.
But yeah, as you both kind of step outside the frozen landscape, as there's like a cold wind that just kind of blows, and yeah, it looks absolutely fucking desiccate. Like it's just you can see like large mountain ranges in the distance. Well, it's not just that it's frozen. The ground is like blackened and cracked, dried. This world visually embodies the concept of death. As Qatar will kind of gesture for you to follow along to, as he has some like sensors he's gonna place around the ship to at least see if there's any movement. While they go to that, Wes, you return back to the room with Marcy.
Yes.
I want all three of you to give me a discipline roll. Difficulty 3.
So fucked. I'm so fucked. It's not even funny how fucked I am. 2 advantages? That's something.
As the moment you kind of walk back into the room, you're not sure what happened, but you would realize that suddenly you feel this sort of immense tidal wave of the dark side just hit you, like with such overwhelming force that you almost come to stumble back. Want both Wes and Marcy to take. This would be a -5 to your moralities. As
I
you
don't
all
know.
three feel it, but Tula, you manage to sort of still yourself and calm your mind down and not give in to this fear that just tries to overwhelm you. As you can see, the other two are panicking.
What? What the hell is that?
And now you are absolutely certain, Marcy, this is the same feeling as you had in the dream. Of course, lessened, but, well, this is the same planet after all.
It's fuck, it's the same place. It's the same place. The city can't be far if we're feeling it here.
Okay. Is there a particular direction or just all around right now?
All around you. It feels like you're drowning in it.
Okay. Well, could warn Maru and Qatar and HK. We have to get out of here. We can't stay here for long. We also need repairs. And assume the ship is nowhere near ready for another trip like we took
Tula,
earlier.
I don't even know if I can get it off the ground.
Tula wants to say something, but she doesn't want to do it in front of Marcy because she's giving Wuss a look.
Wes composes himself a little bit. Says, I should be able to figure something out in a little bit.
Is there any like emergency beacon? Anything like anything's better than here? If we can't stay here.
Marcy, figure something out, okay? We won't be here long.
To not reassure her.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, unless you give her something concrete, it will not reassure her.
I'm going to go check the scans for the ship right now, see what I can put together, okay?
Okay. Warn others as well.
Yeah, your
That's-
your short range comms still work, so you can reach out to other.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Qatar can feel it, but Tula would tell Maru and Qatar and HK that there's something wrong with this planet, a dark force here. And Marcy's, I think Maru already mentioned to Qatar about Marcy's vision.
Well, Miru, weird enough, you don't. I mean, this place clearly feels ominous and unpleasant, but you don't feel this sort of. Like, you don't feel the dark side trying to fucking overwhelm you.
Her guess probably next she looks at Qatar probably like her type of offices right now is probably thanks to Qatar.
As you're walking around, as you kind of like it plants the sensors into the ground, it's like looks around, looks up at the sky, at the sun. Don't know exactly where we are.
Maybe we can find stuff. Maybe an old abandoned mining outpost.
Looks like a dead world if I've ever seen one. Couldn't have gotten that far. 3 days on hyperspace.
Then can't be a dead world.
He like looks around. I'd be shocked if. Honestly, I don't even want to know if something lives here. As you finish planting the sensors and you kind of go back. Why don't you give me a resilience roll, Miru?
I would love to give you a resilience roll. I will also exchange one of my dice. I'll commit real quick to replace one of my green ups. So with a force die for a guaranteed success. So I'm not sure what the fuck I have a boost die. I'll remove that. I'm not sure. It says it's from my control board, but the text does not say so.
Remember, Tick.
Difficulty 2?
Yeah. You said it. Said it.
Yeah, I'll not take the dark die. It's not necessary.
Yeah, you managed to sort of weather the cold. But there's even you spending like half an hour outside, it's still without specialized gear, sort of going outside and looking for help will be quite hard, not impossible. And even for someone like HK, if he goes too far out, he'll just fucking the circuits will die out. Say Tick, anywhere is better than fucking what?
Dome on cars.
Yeah. So hope you're happy.
Grant, this was going to be the case anyways. Don't you fucking put this curse on me.
Knows.
I know.
As yeah, eventually the other two will come back as Qatar will look at you two and be like, so how is she doing?
Not great. She's saying that there's a city out there somewhere, but seems like going there will mean our deaths.
I'll be honest, walking for an hour or two away from the ship will probably mean your death, so
I
that's
guess.
absolutely frozen outside and we don't have proper equipment for this weather. I don't even know the terrain.
We could try to repair the scanners, see what we can try to find out there. Try to see what we can do to get the ship at least off the ground, or we can set out a beacon. Those seem to be the three options I can think of.
There's no way we're getting this thing off the ground. I'm not even sure how long it will last before it starts giving way to the weather. Because if the internal heating of the ship dies out, we're screwed.
So we have two choices: either scan and hope there's something close by, anything close by, or we set out a beacon, and that means we deal with whatever comes.
Yeah. I would rather
So how many?
scan things nearby, but it's a group decision.
I'm going with scanner.
I'm going with the scanner as well. And I know you don't believe in the force, but that wave that the others felt that they mentioned must have come from somewhere. Maybe.
Listen, you convinced me. Listen, I don't. It's like gravity. I guess it does exist. That's just it's wonky.
Well, help me fix the computer and see what we can get scanned. We can at least spend a day on it. If we can't get it working, then we'll set out a beacon.
Yeah. And yeah, you start setting up. Surely it will be fine. Give me a mechanics roll, Wes, and you can get like 2 boost die because there's like HK and Qatar that are helping you. I would say
I'm sorry, guys.
difficulty is just get the scanner.
I'm sorry,
working.
guys. This is where I fail you.
You did not trust the force. My heart! My heart!
Listen, trust the force. Luckily,
Dark fucking Nyla shows up, kicks our ass.
after about a day and a half, as you scrounge up, you have to kind of take parts from different sections of the ship, replace broken components. It's a grueling, long process. But between the three of you, you managed to get the scanners working properly on the ship. You can't scan on like planetary level, but at the very least, a large enough area as you scan about like 10 kilometers radius around you. And well, luckily there is sign of a city. Building structures just at the edge of that scanning range.
Can I tell if they look modern or if it's abandoned completely?
There's no life signs. You have no idea if they're modern or abandoned. How would you even tell if they're modern or...
Well, because I don't know what the scans will like, what kind of scan it is. So that's why I'm asking.
It provides some information. Like it'll you can see the shape.
Mm-hmm.
It's an alien architecture, that's for sure. You have no idea what the fuck this is, but I would say you can assume it's abandoned by the fact that there's no living being in sight. Now your scanner will pick up like certain wildlife on this planet, but even that is very sparse, and it's kind of keeping itself underneath the surface mostly.
What do you think, Qatar?
Well, he looks at the map and says, can't get this thing off the ground, but we can get it down here. We just give it enough power and just sort of glide down. Should be able to land close enough and still point to a nearby spot that would kind of allow you to get close enough.
All right, let's see what we can do.
As there's no other objections on the ship, Marcy's just shivering in her room.
Maybe, I mean, if they tell the others,
we're before we do that, before it's like we found something out, like, and leaving Marcy out of it, by the way. So like on this, like we found something on the scanners.
Let me guess. A city?
Yeah, Qatar wants to move the ship by gliding it across the surface.
we have no other choice unless we turn on the beacon and hope that some smuggler comes by or an Imperial patrol.
Tula, it's Maru, it's your call.
Okay. We don't have much in the way of options here. The only thing that we have for anything is that city. And we don't have the food that lasts us long and this weather. But I have a bad feeling about this, Wes.
That tidal wave is not a good omen.
Yeah, you felt it.
But actually, I didn't.
No, she's looking at she's talking about Wes.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you're good. And you saw what happened to Marcy afterwards. And hungry? I don't think he just wants to have a little snack.
Miro actually said like we should stick close to Qatar because I didn't feel the tidal wave outside unless that whatever thing said would just choose you specifically.
There's also the matter of the fact that I don't think Marcy's gonna leave the ship, no matter what.
Well, somebody will have. If we decide that somebody's going to have to stay behind.
There's also HK, who can. I don't know if it'll be good for him to go out there, but I'll leave it up to him if he decides to go or not. If he doesn't stay, I'll stay. But we need to keep an eye out for things. And Miru's right. Stick close together.
All right.
Qatar specifically, the most important thing.
All right, strap in. We're gonna try to move this thing. Oh, not the guitar.
As yeah, he'll start prepping the ship as you begin your ascend before the engines kind of give out because they can't push it, like they can't give it enough power, but puts you high enough as you sort of glide it down and a controlled landing. As you suddenly now see the city in distance eventually, as it is massive. As you crash landed quite close, you will see not just the city but wreckages of ships and, well, um you see these like things moving amongst the shadows almost of the city. It's the once sort of barely perceptible presence of the dark side, even through Qatar's dampening, now is clearly like clear and obvious to all of you. Even Qatar is kind of has this reaction of like, this place is sick. It's just
What you're feeling is the dark side.
Must be some kind of ancient temple city or something. I don't know.
Look at those ships. How many people? How
By
old
the
are
way,
they?
yeah. Because how old are the ships?
I have no
Oh, each-
idea, but you can't because again you see them from a distance. You have no fucking clue.
Okay, no clue. Okay, yeah. Not even like Russ or like a. No.
They are
They,
part.
they
but
must
there are
have been
parts.
like fucking like this happened a long time ago, and this
The
climate,
first hyperspace war.
huh?
Well, we don't know. Well, we don't know that. We don't know that. Gosh.
Yeah.
What did,
How
what do you
would
think
you
was?
be able to identify like these sort of ships from a fucking like half a kilometer?
I don't know. But either way, it's
It
parts that we
hands.
could probably.
And Jarvis and Hans.
Yeah, Jarvis and Hans.
Yeah. Well, it's parts that we might be able to salvage over there.
Again, if I would appreciate it if you would let me finish my. I feel like again I've been interrupted.
I'm sorry.
times.
There were so many tangents that I thought you were done, Grut. There was a tangent. I thought you were done. My bad. I'm sorry, my guy.
As you look out to the city, you see the wreckage. There's only one kind of thought that crosses all of your minds. That the dark side here is you've never felt it so thick and powerful, not even in the worst places on Korriban. As Marcy, your Sith ghost is remembering things from its past. And it's never been this terrified or angry before. As you realize there's a name in your head, as not said by a voice, but you know it nonetheless. The planet's name, Ziost.
Oh fuck.
And on that, we will be ending the